What's up, everybody? This is Rich from True Budget EDC and Prepping. Use your gear or lose your gear, because if you're not using it, you might as well lose it. So, as you can see, I have some things on the table here. It's back to being nice again in the Northeast, so I figured I'd come on outside and do the video. So before I do that, I'd like to thank everybody for commenting, subscribing, interacting, and all that stuff. Just hit 900 subscribers, and to be honest with you, it's way more than I ever thought that I would get with me talking shit the way I do. But I appreciate everybody that interacts and that's on the on the channels and on the videos and all that stuff. You guys rock. Met a lot of cool people, and I appreciate your interaction. So with that being said, I did mention in my last video that I was going to start doing more prepping videos, and one of the things I want to do is the big five, what I call the big five, which is fire, food, shelter, water, and medical. So in an emergency situation, you need to have at least those five things. So today I want to start off with that, but I want to start off with, ways to make fire. I have so many more ways than just this, but this is just a few. I don't want to make a 2-hour video, you know what I mean? So I pulled out a few things out of my go bag, but I remember I do have so much more stuff in the back of my truck in my vehicle kit, which is tier 3 prep. And then what you have on your EDC bag, so I have fire starting ability everywhere. But this is just a few things that you can carry with you in a bag, or whatever, however you want to do it, in your vehicle kit or something like that, just in case something happens. It's really good to have it in your vehicle, because say you go off the road, and it's wintertime or something or whatever, and you don't want to run all your gas out or die of carbon monoxide poisoning. You can start a fire outside, just find some dry, twigs, branches, you're good to go. So one of the things that I carry on me is this little peanut lighter, right? These are, they have a gasket in them, and they are super, they never run, it doesn't run out, seriously. I actually, is this going? Yep, it's going. I filled this up in December, so I don't use it hardly at all, honestly, and it's been going since then, the middle of December, I think I put lighter fluid in it. So these are something that you could throw in your pocket, you could throw in a bag, you put on your keys, or just whatever, put it in your vehicle as a backup to a backup to a backup, something like this. So this is butane, right? I do like Zippos. They're stylish, right? They're cool and shit, but they run out of fluid in 2 weeks. The longest I've had fluid in a Zippo has been 2 weeks. Butane, this is refillable as well. So if you need to refill it, you can before you go somewhere. Right there, you can buy it at Walmart. But these are awesome. These peanut lighters, they last forever. Seriously, it's been going for a long time. And like I said, I don't use it very often because I don't smoke. But you got it. You know what I'm saying? So this is on Amazon. PP Fish, right? That's the name. That's the name of the company. I did a video on this, I think, a really long time ago. You go back and check it out. But I don't know if you can see that, but it says that it's brass. Yeah, it's pretty cool, and it's got that stonewash texture. So pretty cool, and they last forever. So that's a good thing to get. And then basically, like I said, just a regular lighter, like a butane lighter, something refillable. I wouldn't recommend Zippos because they lose fluid too fast. So there's that. And then there's always this, which is basically just a camp lighter, And if this runs out, it just runs out. It's got the fluid right in there. You can see how much you got. These are good too. It's just I got extra means in my bag to start fires. And also I have this. This is a ferro rod. This is a Gerber one. It has a whistle on the end in case you need an emergency whistle. This one's hard to get apart sometimes. There you go. Just comes apart, and has a striker built in, and then it has a rod right there, so you can just boom, go to town. And it's got that little bit of paracord on it too, with the little thing to tighten it, and then you can just put this right back in there, twist it, take this and tighten it up, and you're good to go. And it is waterproof. It does have some signals on the side of it if you wanted to do some signaling, Alpine rescue signals if you have a signal mirror, which I actually do. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. This is a Gerber one. I'm not sure if they sell these. I've had this for a long time, so these are cool. This is when they were doing Bear Grylls stuff, I think. Yeah, Bear Grylls. So yeah, check it out. If it's still out there, it's just a Gerber Bear Grylls ferro rod. Does it have a name on it? Don't need help. Yes, I need help. So, yeah, pretty cool. So there's just a few ways to start fires. And I have some Tinder. Actually, I have another way to start fire. It's just a compass. I'm not sure how good this compass works. I have a lens static compass, but this just happened to come with a compass, and it's got a whistle on it. I got this at Walmart. It's like $2. It does have a little built-in ferro rod right there, a little tiny one if you wanted to pull that out and use it. But it is a match holder, and I just filled it with weatherproof matches. So I think I got 20 of them in there. I got this thing, I always put 20. Here is a signal mirror as well. So if you did want to signal, there's a signal mirror in there. There's a compass, got some matches in there, got a ferro rod and a whistle. So this thing, and some cordage in case you needed to do something with it. So these things, I haven't seen them at Walmart in a really long time, but it was like nothing. It was like $2. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't even hardly anything. So, you know, you can go online probably and see if you can find something like this. These are cool. Got a gasket so to keep your matches dry, and then it's got all that added features to it. So pretty cool for something so cheap, actually. So that's good. Now, on to like Tinder. You need Tinder, right? I got some dryer lint. Simple as that. Everybody's got dryers. Everybody's got dryer lint. Put some in a bag. It'll start on fire. It's simple. Other stuff, this stuff, Fire Starter, Instafire. This bag says it lights up to 4 fires. Military grade, apparently, if that's even a thing. It's just something people put on there to make it sound cool. So yeah, just says it's good for 5 years. It's in a waterproof pouch, supposedly no harmful chemicals. So yeah, so this is just another thing you can get. I got this at like Walmart or something on sale. They have their own website. You can go to instafire.com, check it out. So yeah, so that's another form of like Tinder. And then I have these wet fires. I also have Duraflame ones. These are just fire starting Tinder cubes. It's just fuel cubes, right? And you can like scrape off bits of it and stuff if you want, cut it in half. This stuff burns really super awesome. I've had these for a very long time, right? Usually you check your gear every 5 years or something like that to see if the stuff works. I've had these for longer than that. I think like, I don't know, like 8 years maybe. So I was like, I was going through my bag. I was like, these are no good. Let me try one out anyway. So I took one and put it in my fire pit, and I was like, okay, it still works. So these last a really long time. So those are good. But, you know, typically you would check every 5 years. It's just things with fuel in them tend to stay like flammable, I guess. I mean, I don't know. They're cool. I also make cotton balls that are soaked in Vaseline, petroleum jelly. Now, I've heard people that do it, they boil the petroleum jelly, and it doesn't work as well. So what you got to do is just take the cotton balls, take the petroleum jelly. It's a mess, right? It's absolute, you're going to get shit everywhere. It's going to be super messy. You need a towel. You need some Dawn dish detergent to get it off your hands afterwards. Have the water running, whatever. But you just take your hands and just mix the freaking, you know, petroleum jelly into the cotton ball. Just squeeze it into there. Squeeze it in, squeeze it in, squeeze it in. Get about 6 or 8 or 10 of them or whatever. Leave them like that, put them in a pill bottle, tighten it up, put some duct tape on it to seal it. They'll never dry out, and those things will burn for 15 minutes. If you boil them, it doesn't work as well as if you just rub it in, because it's literally right on the surface of the cotton ball. So it's just like just a little Tinder ball, seriously, of just petroleum jelly. And I've burned it in the rain for 15 minutes in my fire pit one day. So that stuff works out really good. So you can do that. There's like a lot of other ways. Like I said, you can use dryer lint. You can get these cubes. Duraflame makes them. I have those as well. They have bigger bricks. They're like this big and they're brown. You can break those off into like 10 pieces. Those things don't tend to light as well though. Or you could just soak it in lighter fluid and put it in a plastic bag and use that. But I don't know if you want to carry that around with you. So there's like so many ways to start fires. But this is one of, I think, the most important things that you need to be able to do, because if you're in a bad weather situation, whether you're wet, whether you're cold, whether whatever, you can freeze to death. You can't eat food that you caught because it contains parasites, so you have to cook your food. Obviously, you may have to boil your water. You can't do that unless you have fire. So there's a lot of things that you can do with fire besides just keeping yourself warm. It goes into all the other stuff. You could use it even for medical if you have to burn some, like I don't know, if you wanted to do some Wild West shit and like burn yourself to cauterize it, you could do that. But you got to cook your food. Like, you can't just go out catching animals and eating them. You know what I'm saying? You got to cook it. They contain parasites. Even if you eat bugs, certain insects contain like nematodes and other parasites. You can't just eat them. You got to cook them. So that's one, usage for fire. Keeping warm, obviously, is the other usage for fire. Boiling water to purify it's another usage, because you can get Giardia. There's parasites in water too. So you don't want to just drink water straight out of a stream or something and get the mud butt, because then you're going to get dehydrated and die. So, you got to make sure you do what you got to do. And fire kind of takes care of a lot of stuff. So definitely check out what you got in your bags or in your vehicles or whatever, just laying around. Like I said, you can get stuff, like I collect these clipper lighters because they got cool pictures on them, but any lighter that's like butane or, refillable, whatever, those are good. I mean, I wouldn't really use, like I said, the Zippos, because when you go to use it and you need it, it's out of fluid. It sucks. Unless you can put a gasket in there. Oh, actually, they make butane Zippos too. So you could get the Zippo and then you put the butane insert in it. That's cool. You can get that. So ferro rod's always an awesome backup in case you can't, you run out of fluid or something. You don't have more than one lighter. You always carry more than one lighter though. Always carry like a bunch of them. Then you got this stuff, this dryer, this dryer lint. You could even wrap one of these in this and then spark it. It'll light up. Fire starter. There's just a bunch of things you can do to start fires, but you should always have a lighter. You know what I'm saying? Some matches possibly, and a ferro rod. So you got 3 means to do it. So if that runs out of fluid, then you got matches. And then if you run out of matches, you got the ferro rod as a last resort. So that is the beginning of the top 5 things that I use in prepping, in survival, the big 5. Fire is the first one. I'll come back on shortly and do the second one, which I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But you guys have a good one.